All right, everyone, welcome back to our next episode. I believe we're on number 13 now. Can't believe we made it all the way to here. Well, if you see right behind me there, we have the outline of our first build. So let's kind of fly over and look at how that looks. And we can see it's pretty standard, just rectangular build using andesite and stone, or sorry, and bricks right now. And then that's also going to use bricks, granite, and polished granite to complete it. And so I think what we're going to start off with here is just hop into a time lapse and get this first build done. And then we'll come back and see what we think about it. So, let's just get right to it. So, let's go. our build here. Sorry, I forgot to record the last part of this, but we can take a quick tour around and we can see everything. There's nothing on the back here. I haven't quite decided what to do there, but we will figure that out in a bit. But we can see the rest of this is all filled out and looking good. And then we have the inside lit up, so we have nothing to worry about there for now. And the cream of the crop on top of here, after all of that, I got a music disc in there making a skeleton kill a creeper. So all good news all around. But this is a rather tall build here. So I figured this would be perfect for our kelp farm. So what we're going to do real quick is just go in here and kelp it all up. And then right here will be where we store everything. So let's hop right to that. Alright, and just like that, we finished the interior here, and we have a secret off to our right, so we won't quite look there yet. But we've run it for just a little bit here, and we have a little over a double chest full. But this is the little people area where we will come and gather all of our resources for it. This is the on-off switch, so that whenever you're here, you can turn it on, but whenever you leave, you turn it off. So this way, nothing triggers and no flying machines break or anything like that. But yeah, let's go back into here. We can see we have our little blackout covers over the windows so nothing can be seen in here. And then we have a simple little flying machine designed by Ilmango. And this thing will trigger once a day to where this extends whenever, the daylight sensor tells it. And we got glass right over the top of where both of those are. And then all of the kelp here floats to the top, flows over to this edge here, follows this stream all the way down, and that's how it ends up in there. Pretty simple system, but effective. And now the other thing over here is another build I've already gone ahead and completed. I know I didn't do a time lapse for this one, but it's a simple, just industrial looking build. And in here we're going to put a cactus farm. Haven't quite worked out interiors or anything of the such on there yet, but I don't think I'll actually get to that one in this episode. I'll probably focus on other things like getting more buildings up or doing the layout of this area better so that we're not just running around on grass here. But let's take a quick look on the outside of our build here. It's pretty simple, pretty standard, nothing all too special about it, but I think it looks absolutely fantastic there. And I think as a whole, it really fills in this area. So if we come as far away as we can, back over here, we have all of our nature stuff, and then it goes right into this industrial warehouse area that our guild would need to keep all of its members supplied. I mean, it's a pretty big guild house over here, and pretty big guild area, so we can only assume that there's a good amount of guild members. I mean, how else would you have something this massive and keep it running? So obviously we'll need a lot of supplies, and it gives us a perfect excuse of buildings to hide all of our actual industrial farms in. But one of the things we need to make sure with at least most of them, the cactus farm probably not, is that they're toggleable. So we need to be able to turn it off and on so we don't just get lag anytime we're in this area. But I think for now, with our clockwise work we're going to do to eventually finish up all of these builds, I think it's looking great. And it's a good start. And it really shows me the possibilities of everything that can go in here. We might do, and I know we said ships, but I'm thinking we can do some barges in here that have come from this direction where we have a nice little river back there. And then some ships still. We can do some more like steam liners, so like Titanic type looking ships. But that's all to come later, and we can decide exactly what's going to go in here in a bit. I think for now, we'll just work on prettying up this ground here. So let's just hop to that and see what changes we can get right here. Ready? And just like that, we finished it up. Pretty simple, nothing too special about it. It's just a random pattern of mostly stone bricks, then a little bit of cobble, smooth stone, and andesite to really fill it out. And then I also went ahead and put the border along right here and made the stairs up and down that gonna fill out our little to the docks area. So I'm thinking I might add some barrels in here and there, just to break up the monotony of this, or I might just add some more stripped spruce into there. Not quite sure that this wall is set with how it's gonna stay, but we can work on that as we fill out this area. I think what I'm gonna go and do now is first I'll need to get a lot more cactus, because right now I have 7. And to fill up this place, I'm thinking I'm probably going to need just a couple more than 7. I don't think 7's quite going to fill up the entire interior here. But we're going to get that done. And so I'm just going to start growing some cactus out over to the side here real slowly, while we go ahead and light up the rest of this area that extends from here all the way around to here. And if you look in that bottom left there, you see an announcement that someone got hidden in the depths. But I'm right here. Well, what I've also done recently is open this place up as a server to a couple of my friends. And they don't make videos themselves. I also just realized I haven't put the half slabs here to complete this path. That's okay. We'll finish that later. I've opened this server up to a couple friends, and we just play on here. Right now, there's just 3 of us on here, keeping it small, and it's not turning into really an SMP, even though I guess in all technicalities, survival multiplayer does apply here, because we're in survival and there's multiple players. But they've just started a small base just this direction from us. We're not going to go and look at it yet. Don't want to show it until they're ready for that part, but they're just that way. And what they're working on is a cool little concept that we're going to connect up to here after we finish just everything around this base. So what they're working on, maybe I'll just wait to tell y'all. It'll be better as a show rather than a tell. But that's where this path that leads out from this gate's going to go. We're going to have it come out from right here, go across the river, and just meander its way over to this big old lake where they're building at. And so adds more intrigue, adds more items to just our world. And I think that's going to be perfect. So I'll update y'all on that when it comes to it. But for now, let's do like what I just talked about, where we're going to have just a lighting fest and light up that back area over here. So without further ado, let's hop into probably one of the briefest time lapses you will see and get that done real quick. And I told you that would be very brief, but as night falls on the area, we can run around here with our light overlay turned on. We shouldn't see a single yellow square or red number. All looking good out here. Yep. All the way up there. We get close. We get very close in some areas. But it looks like everything's all good. Oh, I see a couple right down here by the water. So nothing can spawn, I think, because there are vines on them. But this one is spawnable right there. So I guess we have one more area to fix, and that's just right up here. So let's see if we can go find ourselves one more light source. I think I used all of mine. But let's find one more light source and light up that area. And then all we have to worry about is this flat open area that, as you can see, is spawning tons and tons of mobs. Let's also get this on us and see if we can get another music disc. I have 2 of them now, but I would like to get one more. Okay. Alright, the archer's on us, but now the archer has upset a zombie. Let's let's see how this goes. We have a lot more creatures coming after us than I expected. And that zombie called in reinforcements. Never mind. The zombies killed our little helper there. So let's just kill the creeper and then get on to our next thing. Alright, so we've gotten ourselves that little lantern. We're just gonna smoothly land up here. And there we go. That should light up all those areas. And now we truly have nothing to worry about. In this whole area right here has all been spawn proof. So that's very, very good news. Now we just have one more little path I did not finish earlier that I just want to cut right through here and finish. And I think that's going to be all the time we have today. So let's fly over there and finish it up. Alright, and I may have addressed this earlier, but in case you're wondering how I do paths, it's thanks to Tweakaroo's little hotbar randomizer. So I put everything on here, and sometimes I like to switch it up, just give it a different pattern. But I have 2 stacks of gravel, 2 stacks of coarse dirt, and then 1 netherite shovel. So that shovel is what's going to give us these path blocks here. So we can just do that, and it'll auto switch through them for us. And I typically always want at least a 3 wide area. So we can do that in here, and we'll just pop it all in. And so then that gives us the perfect setup for how everything will look here. And once we connect that over here, we come back through and with some dirt, fill in these actual blocks and do it. And the reason I don't use actual dirt as I do it, because if we hit these edges here, well, that's either just going to turn to regular grass and I'll miss it. So this way, I don't miss any of the spots that could have our little path blocks on them. And it overall, I think, just makes for a better design on the paths. And I think we can agree, if we look at all of them around here, they look pretty good. So let's finish this up real quick. And then we will pull in our dirt blocks and finish this off. We just gotta clear out this area here, get ourselves all the way to the end here. Then I think we have to go down 1 group of blocks. So with that, we'll knock this out over here, which now has too low of a light level. But once we knock that out, we'll knock a little bit more here, and we should be good. And we'll fill this all in real quick with our hotbar randomizer, and then we'll be good. So I'll pull you back once I've added those in. Alright, and I've added all those back, and so now if we run down it, a smooth, simple path, that looks great. We just got to put these half slabs here and we'll be all done with it. But just one other small little note, if we look right here, we can see I shored up the side of this, so there's a little bit of grass, so it's just not a path that falls over a little edge here. But I think that is all the time we have for today, so thank you everyone for watching again. I hope y'all have a lovely rest of the week and a great weekend, and I will talk to y'all again next Saturday. Bye. Wait, don't leave. I forgot to do one thing that's very important. We gotta come over here and grab these and go and update our maps real quick before we can leave. So let's go do that. 1 map, 2 maps, and now we can go ahead and plonk them back in here. 1 and 2. And look how much that changed. Such an update from before to after. But now it officially is a goodbye. Have a good weekend, y'all.